And this next article, we'll be looking at Gerald Celente, an interview that he did regarding 2010 will be the summer of terror. Alex Jones dissects the recent Dow Jones stock market meltdown with trends forecaster Gerald Celente. Celente is the publisher of the Trends Journal and is a business consultant and author who makes predictions about global financial markets and other events. So again, regardless of your opinion of Alex Jones, the thing that I'm looking at here is not so much Alex Jones, but what is Gerald Celente saying? What is Bob Chapman saying? Which is the next interview we'll be taking a brief look at. And again, this is confirming all of the information that's coming down the pike here, not mainstream, but this type of alternative news information. So I'm just going to be looking at the third and fourth video in this series, and we'll go ahead and start that right now here.
Well, this is fitting music with Gerald Celente on with us. I want to be specific with him in a moment and get into the next phase in the collapse, how he sees this historically unwinding and unfolding. Bob Chapman will also join us next hour to specifically burrow in to his research. I know he's on it to find out exactly what happened yesterday. The word is there was a lot of people that were short on gold in Europe, and that they had to dump stock to be able to cover their position. We know it wasn't a fat finger. It wasn't Procter & Gamble. That's even CNBC admits. It was at least 9 stocks simultaneously that did this, and they halted trading in Europe. A lot of chicanery. We have a specialist on that issue alone. Bob.
Now, this was in regard to the one-day stock plunge that we had recently, where it plunged like 1,000 points, and then it rebounded like 500 or something. But that's what he's in reference to.
Chapman joining us next hour. Before we go back to our guest, we produced and released 2 new films in the month of April. I released, of course, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, which is just excellent, exposing the New World Order, the global government, who these people are, how to stop them, government drug dealing, government kidnapping, white slavery, how they're bribing people, how they're controlling them, what the banks are doing, and Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, how they're planning to suppress the people, training to take on the Tea Parties, training the military to take on the American people, the reality of the FEMA camps. It's all proven in Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA. But remember William Lewis, who made Camp FEMA and a lot of other great films with Gary Franchi. They have released a new film. I've got it here in stock. We can't start shipping it till the 16th or 17th. It officially comes out the 17th, but that's just a week away, a little more than a week away, about 8-9 days away. If you want it first, we're going to ship this out, UPS or Postal Service, however you order it, and your purchase supports us. But that's not what's important here. That's not what's important, okay? Supporting us is secondary. This film exposes the 9th and 10th Amendment powers, the states' rights rebellion. In fact, I have the Republican Party calling for basically the states to say no to the New World Order today and starting a states' rights task force. The point is, I'm in there, Michael Bagnerick, Dr. Edwin Vieira, so many other great political minds about how to take the states back. This is a key handbook so people know the difference between a democracy and a constitutional republic. This is such an important film. Don't tread on me. You can pre-order it now at Infowars.com. You can also watch the newest trailer because William Lewis has authorized us to make a Infowars.com centric trailer. That's up on Infowars.com. That's up on the Alex Jones channel. You can order the DVD now. We have it with some big discounts with some of the other films. So don't tread on me, ladies and gentlemen. A refresher course on the Constitution now available at Infowars.com. The people know there's a problem, but they don't understand the full magnitude of it. So get it at Infowars.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. And I want to thank all of you for your support of the online video bookstore. Okay, going back to Gerald Celente. Gerald, I want to rapid-fire ask you questions and have you finish the Twitter question that we mentioned before the break. But before we do that, information is power. Christ said the people perish for lack of knowledge. We're here to try to give them the knowledge. The guests I have on this show are the people that are consistently right, not the people that are consistently wrong.
I know the Bible says in Hosea 4:6, my children are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and Hosea 4:6 said that. But Jesus Christ is the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same in the beginning was God, so In that sense, his word says it.
The people that will tell the truth, the people that are constitutionalists like yourself, and your Trends Journal is invaluable. Many of the biggest corporations on earth you've consulted for and subscribed to it. The people need the Trends Journal. How do folks get it?
Trendsresearch.com, trendsresearch.com. And I also want to make it very clear that we know these are difficult times for a lot of people. So we have a discount request form, and we try to make it available to everyone, students, unemployed. Just tell us what your situation is, and we'll do our best to help you out.
Absolutely. And again, give that website out one more time.
Trendsresearch.com. That's with an S, plural, Trends Research.
Okay, Bob Chapman's coming up, and I want to try to keep you 5 minutes to the next hour, so we have every second we can with you now to go through calls and Twitter questions. But going back to this first Twitter question that I posed as we went to break, I'd like to know if he has the same forecast for financial collapse that he had 1 year ago. Have things changed? So you've been dead on about exactly what would happen, even the countries where it would start. Do you want to revise that any, because you have new info? And then I will add the caveat, the proviso. And what do you see coming in the year after that? What comes next?
Here it is. This came out on when it was released in January 13th, the top trend. The crash of 2010. We stick with our forecast. Before the new year begins, no one will be able to deny that the great equity markets have crashed. The currencies are being devalued around the world. Gold prices are well over $1,500. We are sticking with our forecast that the markets will crash before the year is out. And I also want to make this very clear. It's not only going to be a financial crash. It's going to come from a lot of different directions.
Now remember, the gold price he's in reference to is regarding the crash. It's not 1,500 yet, but it is over 12, and that's what he was in reference to.
Our greatest fear, and we've said this when they began the great bailout bubble in March of 2009, is that when all else fails, they take you to war. So our scenario is this, Alex. We're going to see 9/11 magnitude terror strikes happen. When they happen, the last time they happened, after 2001, they closed Wall Street down for several days. If you had CDs, you couldn't cash them in. They're financial instruments. This time, they're going to close the banks. And when they reopen the banks, we forecast they will have devalued the dollar. So they'll say, don't worry about it. You'll be able to get your money out. It's backed by the FDIC, but you can't get it out all at once. And when you do get it out, it's not going to be worth a fraction of what it was before. So these are the integrated systems that we're looking at.
Okay, so that's a huge thing that he just said. This man has been extremely accurate in his predictions regarding the economy, the crashes, where the crashes occur. So you heard it from him. Even if you have your money in there, and even if you can get it out, it's going to be greatly devalued after this event that's most likely on the near horizon.
And I'm saying this so that people take proactive measures now. Don't wait to wake up one day as you did yesterday and see the markets collapse around you. Take proactive measures now. It doesn't cost anything. But if you don't plan for the worst now and the worst happens, then you'll lose everything. If you take measures now and things happen slowly, you haven't lost anything, you've gained.
So what do? Get a lot of our money out of the bank? Most people don't even have any money to get out of the bank. What do? Get some storable food, water, get a second job now so you're ready for what's coming. Warn your neighbors so they'll have some respect for you and listen to you when all this comes true. What do, Gerald?
Well, all of those things. Number one, about the neighbors. Like-minded people forming groups. In the event the worst happens, then you have a strategy and a plan. You can work together. It's the community. Keep your money. Don't spend a dime.